Hey, Ronnie,
Hey, Lou.
what time is it?
It's morning time.
It's time for a drink. Let's talk about vodka next on Men Are So Smart. Hello, my friends, and welcome to another edition of Men Are So Smart. I'm Lou Gallagher,
I'm Corvette Ronnie.
and this show is about one of my favorite topics, vodka. You'll remember we did a vodka episode many moons ago, Ronnie,
Yeah, early on.
where we compared a top shelf vodka to the Kirkland brand Costco
That's
variety, and we learned some things. I suggest you go back and maybe watch that show.
Refresh your memory.
Today, I'd like for you to sip on these surprising facts. Vodka was made for so much more than mules and martinis. Now, Ronnie, I enjoy a good martini.
Oh,
I do on occasion,
yeah.
but I've never had a mule.
I've never either.
Okay.
The only thing I drink with vodka is a vodka grape. Vodka grapefruit juice.
Yeah, grapefruit really kind of has that sour kind of taste to it, though.
Yeah, it works for me though.
I prefer with a good fruit juice like cranberry,
Okay.
or a mixture like cranberry and orange. Cran-orange. New word. All right. It may surprise you to learn that the spirit was actually invented as a source of medicine. I keep telling my wife this.
Right. Medicine.
Something Princess Margaret was perhaps privy to, given her decadent morning routine. Yeah. And to this day, the colorless, odorless drink has a number of health benefits. So the next time you're debating what kind of cocktail to order, consider these vodka facts.
Number one, vodka is a cure-all.
How long have I been telling you this?
That's what it says right there.
Okay.
Yeah. Vodka is a natural disinfectant, antitoxin, and antiseptic.
I knew that.
Yeah, it can be used to treat toothaches,
I've done that.
clean wounds,
Not so much.
clean your house.
Maybe.
I think you're supposed to drink it while you
I'm
clean
not
the
gonna.
house.
I'm not gonna waste it drinking and cleaning the house.
In fact, maybe the Kirkland stuff.
Yeah.
In fact, you'll be surprised to learn how many household cleaning and hygiene products include alcohol in their ingredients.
All right. So there you go. That's one vodka fact. And guess what, Ronnie? There's more.
Oh my God!
Wait. There's more.
Bring it
Number
on.
2, it can relieve stress. You may have heard that red wine is a natural relaxer, but it's nothing compared to vodka, which has been scientifically proven to relieve tension better than vino. And you know what? I have facts to back that up. Wait a minute. Facts to back up facts? What kind of show are we doing here?
Numero trace. It's heart healthy. Well, there you go.
And when I was in the hospital, they wouldn't let me drink it. That's what I don't get. It's hard. I kept saying,
What kind of hospital are they running there?
well, I don't know. They have nurses.
Was it you were in a Mormon hospital? Were
No,
you?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vodka can increase blood flow and circulation in your body.
Indeed.
Which can prevent clots,
Uh-huh.
strokes,
Uh-huh.
and other heart diseases.
Yes.
Vodka can also help lower your cholesterol, which that affects so many Americans now.
Yes.
And for those watching their weight, and who isn't, it's also generally considered a lower a lower calorie alcohol.
I just wanted to add a footnote. I'm watching your weight.
Thank you very much.
I'm not really watching mine. That's not my problem. It can be used as a skincare product. What, Lou Gallagher, you say?
Stop the presses.
Let me tell you this, friends. Out of your go-to facial cleanser, vodka acts as a natural astringent or toner, and due to its disinfectant properties, can deep clean your pores like gentler washes just can't.
Huh.
Just be sure to dilute it with equal parts of cranberry water. It'll also tighten the skin on your face and can treat acne breakouts with its drying and antitoxin properties. But it can have a dehydrating effect, which you should be mindful of if you have particularly dry or sensitive skin. Which I'm embarrassed. I'm not giving up my man card, but I'm going to tell you this story. This has nothing to do with vodka. We'll get back to
Not
number
yet.
5 in a minute. Years ago, I decided that I've had this goatee for a long time, and it's just part of my face to this point. And so years ago, I was getting ready to start a new job, and I wanted to look younger. So I decided to use some of that Just for Men.
Oh,
Now, you don't have to admit whether you've ever used it before or not, Ronnie. It doesn't matter. It's fine.
I've got too many gray hairs.
Okay. So I put it on my face and I brush it in. And I noticed, wow, that sure seems like as it's drying, it's getting darker. And this was the blonde kind. Okay. Not brown, blonde. So not only did it turn my mustache, beard, whatever you want to call it, like brown, almost black, it started to attack the pores on my face, and there was some sort of a rash that started to develop. And so here I was, just trying to look a few years younger.
You look like you had acne, which made you look about 40 years younger.
Exactly. So be careful what you're using as facial skin products, etc. And again, I say, although you could do this, why wouldn't you just save the vodka for drinking?
Exactly.
But let's go to number 5.
Okay, number E.
E.
Yeah, 5.
5.
It contributes to oral hygiene.
How so, Ronnie?
Well, I've never heard this from my dentist, but let's read on.
Okay.
We already mentioned how vodka can soothe toothaches.
Right.
But swishing a shot can actually help combat bad breath as well.
So it probably has something to do with bacteria.
Well, I'm sure it's alcohol.
Yep.
I prefer to use Listerine, but
Right.
that's what my dentist recommends. I'll have to ask him about alcohol, though. Specifically vodka. Yeah.
All right, number 6. It can alleviate symptoms caused by arthritis.
Ooh, I'm listening.
Apparently, patients who suffered from rheumatoid arthritis and had semi-regular vodka drinks throughout the month felt less pain and inflammation associated with their disease, according to this study. Which really kind of contradicts this other story I have, Ronnie. This was maybe 10 years ago. I got a bottle of vodka for Christmas. That's what it was. I remember now. And so not only did I have it for like the Christmas weekend, but then the next weekend is New Year's.
Right.
And so I had some for the next weekend as well. And I swear to you, as true as I'm sitting here, almost as if it happened overnight, I had the most serious bout with gout
Oh.
that I have ever.
Oh, dang.
I had never even experienced it before. And I was told that because of the way that vodka is distilled, it has a propensity to develop crystal-like things in your joints.
Oh, yeah.
And if you've never had gout, oh my God, people, you don't ever want it. It is the most painful. It happens like in your toes, and here's why: gravity.
Right.
Okay, because that's where it starts. The crystallization is heavier than the blood, so it goes to your feet first, and it starts in your toes, and then works its way up your leg. I had it so bad that I could not even have a pillow on my feet.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh, be careful how much vodka you drink. Just saying. And you know, that's why men are so smart. We've done the work for you.
Yes. Yes.
So try to think of it. I did it for, hold on, science! You're welcome.
Medical research,
All
kind
right, number 7.
It reduces risks associated with diabetes.
Okay.
Unlike beer or wine, a shot of vodka can actually reduce blood sugar levels. It's most effective when taken straight. Thank you very much. Never has there been a better excuse for a martini? Shaken,
Not
not
stirred.
stirred.
You know, there's two different kinds of martinis, Ron. I happen to like both. I slightly prefer one over the other, but really a martini is gin,
Oh,
a gin martini. And if I'm not mistaken, a vodka martini is what they call a dirty martini.
okay.
So either way, I'm down. If you're buying, I'm there.
I've never had a martini. I just
It's pretty strong, Ron. I don't know
really?
if you'd like it.
Yeah, I'm not much of a drinker.
You know, it's mixed with vermouth,
Yeah,
and the olive is really good usually.
and see the olive. I'm not a big.
Oh, you won't want that.
I don't like those olives. I
Okay.
like black olives. I don't like those olives. Yeah.
All right, so that wraps up our testimonial to vodka, and part 2 of our show today.
It's the other side of the coin.
Drinking problems, this is the headline. Drinking problems tied to higher risk of early dementia. Wow, things just took a serious turn. Heavy drinkers may be more likely than other adults to develop dementia, especially in middle age, a French study suggests.
Yeah. For the study, researchers examined data from 2008 to 2013 on more than 31 million French hospital patients, including more than 1 million who were diagnosed with dementia. About 5% of the dementia patients had so-called early onset dementia that started before age 65, and most of these cases were alcohol related, the study found.
Chronic heavy drinking was the most important modifiable risk factor for dementia onset in both genders, and remains so after controlling for all known risk factors for dementia onset. Surprisingly, heavy drinkers who got sober didn't have a lower dementia risk than their peers who remained problem drinkers, an expert said.
That's troubling. The finding supports that chronic heavy drinking leads to irreversible brain damage. While some previous research suggests that alcohol may lead to cognitive impairments, including a high risk of dementia, other studies have linked light or moderate alcohol use to a healthier brain. Wow.
That's a fine line, Ron.
Yeah. Well, I mean, where do you draw the line there?
Well,
I've read ahead a little bit in this.
yeah.
And they do, right at the end of the article, they do kind of suggest where to stop on a daily basis.
All right, well, let's skip down to this. Globally, an estimated 3.3 million people die each year as a result of alcohol misuse, accounting for about 6% of all deaths. The WHO defines chronic heavy drinking.
The who?
The who?
Is that Roger Daltrey and Pete Townsend?
I think it is. The WHO.
That's World Health Organization, by the way.
Do we really have to? Should we really go defer to them?
We're getting a little Dr. Zeus like
Shouldn't
here.
we be talking about my generation? They define chronic AIDS. Come on, let's get serious now. They define chronic heavy drinking
Bernie.
as more than 60 grams of pure alcohol, or at least 6 drinks for men, and more than 40 grams, or at least 4 drinks for women. What is that based on?
Yeah, over what time period?
Right.
Is that like every day or
A year?
A week?
You know what? Yeah.
We're gonna have to
If
get
it's a
hold of-
year, I fit into that category.
We're gonna have to get a hold of Roger Daltrey here and get a
Yeah.
little more specific.
Let's turn to him now.
Oh, Roger.
Yeah. All right. During the study period, almost a million people were diagnosed with alcohol use disorders. Most of these cases were, in fact, alcohol dependency.
Overall, about 3% of the dementia cases were attributable to alcohol-related brain damage, and other alcohol use disorders were recorded in almost 5% of dementia cases. With early onset dementia cases, however, the connection to alcohol appeared stronger.
Okay.
About 39% of these cases were attributable to alcohol related brain damage, and another 18% were tied to other alcohol use disorders.
Alcohol use disorders were associated with 3 times the risk of dementia and twice the risk of early onset cases. Excluding alcohol related brain damage, alcohol use disorders were still associated with a 2 times greater risk of vascular and other dementias. Alcohol use disorders were also associated with all other independent risk factors for dementia, such as tobacco smoking, high blood pressure, diabetes, lower education, depression, and hearing loss.
And hearing what?
Hearing,
Hearing loss.
yeah.
Hearing loss.
No, not hearing loss.
The study wasn't a controlled experiment designed to prove whether or how drinking might cause dementia or cause cognitive problems develop in middle age. Another limitation is that the researchers used hospital administrative records to identify dementia cases, and it's possible the condition might have been recorded when patients had multiple medical problems. Similarly, alcohol use disorders were identified through the records of rehabilitation programs, which might not include all individuals with drinking problems.
Because the study focused on heavy drinkers, it also doesn't provide insight into how much a drink or 2 a day might be linked to an increased risk of dementia, if at all. 7 drinks per day in men and 5 drinks per day in women are harmful to the brain, the experts say, but levels of recommended alcohol consumption are already lower than this, and this provides additional reinforcement of those recommendations.
You know, I just watched a program, it was a newscast the other day, and they were talking to 2 women who had just turned 100 years old within, I don't know, like a month of each other. And they have been friends at a nursing home for a number of years.
Okay.
They both say that they drink every single day. The one lady, she drank beer, and the other woman, she wouldn't admit to what she drank.
Oh.
But they
Probably
drank.
whiskey.
Probably,
Yeah.
yes. But they do. They drink, and obviously it's not, to excess, but they have a shot or 2 every day just to, hey, you're 100 years old. What's going to happen now?
Yeah.
You know?
If you're consuming that much alcohol, you might not live to be 200. And then where would you be? Let's get serious for a minute. All right? Because this show is nothing if not about honesty.
Right.
And hopefully my doctor will not be watching. Here's hoping. I enjoy 2 to 4 beers each night.
Okay.
I don't believe that I have a problem with it. When I just don't feel like having a beer, I don't have one. Sometimes I go a couple days and I don't even have one. It's not like I miss it or need it or go through withdrawals or anything like that. Some people, and this is where it's subjective. It gets a little complicated, and this is where the gray area is. People have different definitions of what an alcoholic is.
Right.
And then when you factor in functioning alcoholic,
Right.
I think it muddies up the water just a little bit as well. So where do we draw the line? Is it 7 drinks per day for men? I don't think so.
That seems excessive.
A little bit.
Yeah, that seems very excessive.
Now, I had an uncle who would drink over a case of beer a day.
Wow.
And to some degree, believe it or not, he was functioning.
Right.
Now, where do you put that? Where do you put it? You'd be peeing all day.
Yeah. I can't even drink. I couldn't drink that much water. That's 12 times, it's 288 ounces?
Yeah, that,
Woo!
Now, I know you're saying, okay, well, you're going from 2 drinks a day to 36 or whatever a case is,
Right.
a beer, 30 something. Yeah, I know. But see that the difference between 2 and 36 is the gray area.
Right.
You know, is 30 too much? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is 20 too much?
Yeah.
Yeah. A couple a day. My definition would be if you can go several days without it and not be affected in any way, you don't have a problem.
No. No. I typically, I might have about 6 beers a year.
A year.
Yeah.
Oh, Ronnie, you gotta start trimming that a little bit. Get it down to 5.
And occasionally we do wine tasting.
Right.
Occasionally, and I will have a glass or 2 during wine tasting, and that's all because I'm the designated driver. So 2 glasses of wine and a over 200-pound man is not going to affect my driving.
Right.
And that's over the course of
Hours.
Yeah, 8 hours maybe of wine tasting. So, but I really just, I don't know. Maybe I should start drinking more. Maybe my cholesterol will go down, and you know, maybe I can reduce my risk of diabetes. My grandmother had diabetes and had a stroke because of it, and so yeah, maybe a little bit of moderate drinking is good.
Well, since we're talking honestly, I'll take it one step further. I really enjoy a good shot of tequila.
Yeah.
And a bottle will last me 6 months. And what I enjoy doing, especially like on a Friday night, I will get it doesn't matter, a shot glass or whatever. And normally, let's say a shot of tequila in a shot glass would be about that much, right? That would be a full shot of tequila. Me, I enjoy the tequila, of course, but I enjoy the lime and the salt as well. So when I pour a shot, it's about that much.
Okay.
So you might see me take 1, 2, maybe 3, but really all I'm doing is having one shot and breaking it down into thirds.
Right.
And so it lasts me forever. But my point is, what a great way to take off the edge of a long week, just enjoying a small shot of tequila. It makes me think about it right now, I'll be honest with you. Really does.
There's none here.
None here?
No.
Shoot.
You know what I do have, though?
What? Oh, are we going to start drinking it?
I can't even remember what the hell it's called.
Oh,
every year for Christmas, one of the jobs that I had, an off-duty job I had, the guy gave me a bottle of whiskey.
Crown Royal?
No, it wasn't Crown Royal.
Seagram's?
It was not Seagram's, because I actually used to enjoy Seagram's. It's a whiskey, like a yellow whiskey. God darn it. I don't remember.
I'm not a whiskey drinker, so I can't help you.
There are 3 of those bottles still in here, and they're from, I don't know, at least 10 years ago. They're probably no good.
I'm not going to be helping you with them. No, I'm not I'm more of a clear to slightly brown liquor type person. Brown whiskey, no, ever since my very first experience having too much to drink as a teenager.
Oh, yeah.
It was Southern Comfort.
Oh, I remember that.
And it was in a field across the street from El Camino High School, where there are now homes. And we were out in the field, and we were drinking Ham's beer. Remember with the bear?
Yes.
Ham's beer. And I remember turning to Jim Carmichael and to Dave Dubiak and saying, man, it's kind of cold out here. There was a dance that night. I go, it's really kind of cold out here. I sure wish we had something to warm us up. And Jim Carmichael goes, oh, well, look what my brother got us. And he pulls out this thing of Southern Comfort, which we proceeded to knock back. And let's just say I was sick for 2 days.
Wow.
And that was my first experience with whiskey and virtually my last. If someone buys me a shot of whiskey as a toast to salute at a wedding or a birthday party, well, of course, that would be disrespectful.
Could be inconsiderate.
Right. So, yeah, I would, but for the most part, I'd say no thanks. So I'm not going to help you with that. All right, we're out of time.
Yeah.
We got to move on. I wanted to tell you about a couple of things, namely our website, Go to it, enjoy, find out more about us. What's the website, you ask? Well, I'll tell you. It is menaresosmart.com. Who would have thunk?
Wow, how did we get that?
I don't know. Someone was really had a heads up there. Ronnie, I think I told you this on a previous program, but now people can get a hold of you by emailing you at Ronnie at menaresosmart.com.
That's correct.
Okay? There's something remind me to tell you that you need to do about that too as well.
Okay.
Lou at menaresosmart. Below you'll find all of the information on us, and including our social media, etc., our blogs, our sponsors. Thank you to them, of course. And if you would, give our episode a like. We've been enjoying talking about alcohol, vodka specifically, and other things, as you can tell. And we've been honest with you, too.
Yes.
So if you feel like you'd like to comment, you can do that below as well. That's going to do it. I'm Luke Gallagher.
I'm Corvette Ronnie.
This has been Men Are So Smart, and we will see you next time.
Bye.